the delicate matter of James Carville's latest comparison between Hillary Clinton and President Obama. James Carville's on the phone with us from New Orleans tonight. James, I appreciate your joining us because you've caused quite a stir in town by comments you made this morning at a breakfast meeting. And I'm going to read a reporter who was there, Mike Mamoli of the Tribune News Service, tweeted this. And if you're listening at home, I'm going to read this as it was said, and some of you may not like the language, but I'm going to read it right here. James Carville to reporters this AM, quote, "If Hillary gave up one of her balls and gave it to Obama, he'd have two." James, there are a lot of your friends in the senior Democratic Party and in the Obama White House who are outraged tonight.
Well, I wasn't outraged in the campaign when I said it, and it was reported in Newsweek and was reported. I think Maureen Dowd put it in the column in the New York Times. So I think the outrage, it's a joke. In fact, it was no joke, and I was making a point, as I said, in the campaign. So the people in the White House should be more current.
Well, he is the President of the United States. If you said it during the campaign, is there any different standard now that he is, in fact, the President of the United States that maybe should caution you not to repeat an off-color, off-language, I'm not quite sure what to call it, joke?
Well, I mean, if they think of all of the things that people say about the President, and I actually support most all the things the President does, I think this is fairly mild. And I repeated a joke I made in the campaign, and if they're offended, I'm not. Let them be offended.
What was the context in which you repeated
it? We were talking about, I think it was specifically, I have to go back and remember and get the transcript, but that he needed to stand up more to these banks, and that they let them off too easy. And I believe that was the context, but I don't remember. And I said, during the campaign, I said, boom. And if I offended anybody, I'm not sorry, and I don't apologize.
All right.
So, I didn't think it was a repeating of a joke, and it was actually, apparently people laughed at it.
So if you're not apologizing, that means you meant it.
Well, I didn't mean it. I mean it as a joke. I mean, it's just a kind of it was something I'd said before, and I repeated the joke, and it didn't strike me as something being, particularly egregious or anything. I can understand why they don't like it, but it was just repeating a joke, and that just happens sometimes in politics. This thing can't all be like serious, long-faced stuff. Every now and then you got to enjoy yourself a little bit, and it was just a joke, and don't take it too much more than that. But that's what it was, and I'm not sorry I told it.
All right, well, that's an explanation from our James Carville. James, we appreciate it. James stepped out of a very important event with his daughter to talk to us tonight, so we appreciate him to join us on the telephone, and we'll talk to you.